Welcome back everyone, this is SweetBattlescars again, and I am back with another unboxing video. Today we're going to look at the S.H.Figuarts Broly figure, recently released, and it is, I think it's gonna be it's either the last figure, the S.H.Figuarts Dragonball figure of 2014, or it could be very well be the first figure in 2015. That is because I ordered mine through Amazon usually, and Amazon kind of went back and forth for about a month. It was technically supposed to be released in December, and while I talk about this, I'll show you the box. It was technically supposed to be released in December of 2014, but the dates shifted a little bit, and I only got mine today, which is the 2nd of January 2015. So I think technically it's still a December 2014 release, but yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna call it 2015. And supply has been very limited. Okay, forget it. Let's just say 2014. Supply has been very limited. I think that's why the dates were kind of changing and shifting, because supply was very low. Pre-orders for this figure, I think, were this was a very high demand for, you know, for a figure, and I mean. And no wonder, I mean, look at this thing. This thing is huge and it looks epic and awesome. I gotta say, this is the most impressive S.H.Figuarts figure I've seen. And I know I talk really good things about these things. Every time I review a figure and I unbox it, I always praise the S.H.Figuarts line. So Bandai does a really good job with these figures. But this one, I think, tops it all. And so, just to give you an idea, the box is massive. This is like twice the size of a regular S.H.Figuarts box, and it doesn't fit in my frame in a single frame. I have to kind of move my camera around. Other than that, the presentation is very nice. They've given us this kind of gold and red box with Broly's face there on one of the corners, as it's typical. And then, of course, we have some poses for Broly here. The legendary Super Saiyan in the back here. Some English text. And, of course, it's part of the S.H.Figuarts line. And a quick snapshot of the figure here. Top of it is a little window to look down on the figure. And, yeah, just his name in the bottom of the box. So I've already cut the tape on the side here. We're gonna open this box and see the Broly S.H.Figuarts. I gotta say, this is, I think, aside from, like, I was really looking forward to Vegeta, the regular version, when you know, not the Super Saiyan one. And I gotta say, aside from that one, this is probably my most anticipated S.H.Figuarts figure in the Dragon Ball series. And of course, we've got more coming our way, and you know, I think it's too bright. I'm gonna tone this down a bit. Okay, I think that should be better. Anyway, so we've got a few more coming. We've got Android 16 on the way, and we've got Vegito coming up soon, and they are gonna continue with the S.H.Figuarts line, and that makes me happy. So we're gonna get lots more of these figures. So let's get Broly out of this plastic box, and my goodness, this figure is massive. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It looks very nice, very well made. It's super solid, super heavy. He has a lot of weight to him. He's a solid figure. You know, the S.H.Figuarts figures usually feel very light, and you know, they're kind of on the, you know, they're kind of an average size for figures. But this one's a big figure. So we're gonna take a look at Broly here. He's got a very good, very nice paint job on his little you know, cloth here that he wears around his waist. Very nice shading, very nice airbrush here on the details, on the shadows, and so the light actually reflects off the matte finish very nicely. So I really like the way they have rendered this red cloth here, and the color is very nice. It looks very accurate, but I'm very impressed with the amount of detail that they've given this little cloth. It's very nice. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time on that. Aside from that, we've got a gold paint on his wrists for his bracelets, and kind of a blue metallic paint for the little sphere or jewel that he wears there also. So very nice paint there. For the most part, very clean lines. And you know what? Let's get this. He's got lots of plastic, as most of these figures do. There we go. Got that piece out of the way. Now we've got another one here. His knuckles should be able to come off, but they're very tight. They're really well placed. Very well placed. He's got more plastic on his waist here. Oh, and everything goes flying. Alright. Sorry about that. I really don't want to, kind of force this too much. Okay, after a little bit of struggle, I finally got the waist back on. That was very difficult. And so, paint job is very nicely done on the figure. He's got some shading on like his muscles and whatnot. The lines have been shaded a bit. And I gotta say, the joints for this guy are massive. They're, just kind of different from what I'm used to on an S.H.Figuarts figure. But, other than that, I mean, not that it's a bad thing. It's just, it's a very unusual figure. It's, I think the size just makes it so much different. Paint on the face is good. You guys can see his, eyes there, or his faded out eyes, white eyes, and a little bit of shading on his hair with some green in there. So nothing too fancy, but kind of rather nice nonetheless. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the articulation. On his neck, he has a ball joint. So his head can move, kind of wiggle side to side a little bit. He can pretty much go all the way around. Yeah, there's nothing really in the way of it, so you can pretty much move his head up and down about that much. So pretty good range of movement here on the neck. And again, it's a ball joint. On the shoulder, we've got this piece kind of protruding out of the shoulder, and that allows the arm to move up a lot, as you guys can see. And of course, this arm is massive, so you need that extra strength there on that joint, and you guys can see it there. This is like a half ball joint going into his torso, and then here we've got a hinge joint. So what that does is the hinge gives you a pretty good range of movement on the shoulder, up and down like so, and then you can even get a little more movement by moving this piece here on his torso, into his torso. And of course, you can take the piece all the way around, so a lot of motion there. We've got a double hinge joint on the elbow, so a lot of movement there. You guys can see it there. You guys can see it here as well. So double hinge joint on the elbow, very nice. And his arms again are massive, but we still have a very good range of motion there. And on the waist, as you guys saw, there is a ball joint when I took the figure apart. And we do have some movement there, but because of his cloth here, his red cloth, the movement is limited. So I don't want to scratch the paint. You can probably force it, but I don't want to do that. Don't want to scratch the paint on this nice red cloth. And then there is another joint on the diaphragm there, right underneath the chest. So he goes down about that much and up about that much. So and then it kind of wiggles side to side a bit. Not a lot though. His cloth here is on a ball joint. You can see it in there. So you do have some movement in case you need to move his legs, around a bit. And the rest of these pieces are also on ball joints. You guys can see the joint there. It's a single ball joint, so that's how this piece moves. And then the back is pretty solid. Actually, the back doesn't move, so it's only these two side pieces and the front piece that move. And again, very nice detail on this cloth. So we've got another joint here at the hips, so it does move around a bit. You guys can see it there, side to side, and a little bit, you know, front and back. And on the knee, we've got another massive, just massive double hinge joint. A joint there and a joint there. So, and then his legs go up about that much, but again, his legs are massive, so, you know, movement is a little limited, so I don't want to force it. So let's say it goes up about that much at the hip, back about that much, and again, things gonna get in the way there, his cloth. But it does go up, you know, pretty far. And then his knee bends actually a lot, so it's a massive joint. And then that's because we have these massive pieces of plastic here, because we don't want to have, you know, two big gaping holes here whenever you bend the knees. So these pieces, you will see now, kind of fold into the leg, and then when you bend the knee, they kind of fold out. So that's a very ingenious way of crafting these joints. So very nice. They're very good engineering. So that is the joinery for, or the articulation for the legs. And then we've got another ball joint right at the ankle. So his boot does have a pretty good range of movement, side to side, and then front and back. Forward and back, I mean. And then another little hinge joint on his toes, at the tip of his boot. He is massive, so I think standing him up is gonna be a little bit of an issue, but I'm hoping that, oh, there we go. Actually not. He has a lot of weight, but he's able to stand on his own fairly easily. I'm gonna call it now, but I guess, yeah, I'm gonna move my camera a bit. There you go. So there he is, and it's a very nice figure. I'm very pleased with this figure. Massive, big, but very good. He does come with two interchangeable faces as well. We've got angry, screaming Broly, and we've got confident, you know, smirk on his face, Broly. So all part of his personality. He does have his signature golden rings on his ear here, on his earlobes. And to change him out, you just pull out the front of his hair, like so. You can see the mechanical joint there. I don't want to, hope you can see because of the light. So yeah, very easy mechanical joint. You just pull the front of his hair off and pull out the face. And you can replace it with, say, the screaming face, and put it back on. And, you know, Broly was just always very extreme, so I think I'm gonna display him with this angry, screaming face, like so. You know, with his shoulders popping out, and just super angry Broly, super powerful, legendary Saiyan, legendary Super Saiyan. There you go. So that's how you replace the face, and then his hands are massive. He does come with two extra pairs of hands. One that's just completely spread like that. One that's partially spread for holding like energy blasts, probably. And we've got two more of the same. So let's see here. Actually, I should have shown them together. Here we go. We have these partially open palms and completely open hands here. So not too bad. And then, of course, to replace them, it's very easy. You just pop out his hands like so. and then you pop them back in, and so you can you know, have a energy blast there in his hand, or like this perhaps. Yeah, there we go. All right. Aside from his hands and his faces, that's how you you know, change the hands. We're gonna put him in the background for a bit. You know, he's angry and stuff, so we'll leave him there for a bit. He does come with 3 little energy spheres, or, you know, I don't know what you can call them, little energy blasts. Here, you guys can see them in my hand. They are translucent plastic, clear plastic, green, as is the typical of Broly's energy. And they're very translucent, so you guys can see the light kind of going through the plastic and playing around with it. They do have a little bit of overspray on them, like not overspray, but like airbrush. So a little bit of white airbrushing there just to give it some effect. And last but not least, we have the typical S.H.Figuarts base. And this comes in handy when you are displaying Broly with an energy blast, because of course his hands can't hold the energy blasts. So the little energy blasts have a little hole there, as you guys can see, and they connect to this base like so. And then, you know, you can just have the effect. You know, Broly probably doing something like this or whatnot, you know, just holding his energy blast there. It looks very epic, very nice. I like it. I'm super happy with this Broly figure. I actually liked it so much that I bought 2 figures. I don't know if what I'm gonna do with the other one. I like opening these S.H.Figuarts figures. I don't open all of my figures, but the S.H.Figuarts Dragonball figures I do unbox, and I display them without the box. But I like Broly so much that I bought a separate one, and I might keep that one boxed and sealed. And you know, I don't know, maybe I might sell it later. But for now, I think I'm gonna keep it. Okay, now enough of the kind of posing and stuff. You can get lots of really good poses for this guy. But aside from that, I wanted to show you guys his size, you know, with an actual ruler, just so you guys have an idea of his actual scale. Here we've got a ruler, and he is roughly right at the tip of his hair. He is roughly about 8.5 actually. Yeah, he's, you know, about 8.5 inches. So he's pretty big. He's a big figure. And oops, and of course he fell off. He fell on the table. But just to give you another idea, I'm gonna push him back into the background here. And okay, now he's having a hard time standing on his own. Okay, we're gonna leave him there. Just to give you an idea, here is Goku, S.H.Figuarts Goku. And little Goku is tiny next to Broly. You guys can see there. Goku, with his hair and everything, is roughly 6.5 inches. So Broly has 2 more inches on him. Broly goes to about 8.5. So you guys can see, big difference there in figures. So yeah, these two can make some epic poses, you know, together. So very nice figures, especially when they're next to each other. I still love my S.H.Figuarts Goku. But okay, I think that pretty much covers it all, guys. I think I've covered everything about Broly. Very impressed. I do recommend them highly if you can get your hands on them. I know the price is climbing already because supply is limited, because people just went crazy for him. People just pre-ordered him. When I pre-ordered mine, he was immediately, after maybe 2 weeks, he was sold out on Amazon. I know other sites like Hobby Link Japan and AmiAmi also sold out recently. So You can still find them in a lot of places, but the price is going up. So let me tell you, he's gonna be an awesome figure to have. So awesome figure, very impressive entry into the S.H.Figuarts line of Dragon Ball Z figures. Like him a lot. Everything about this figure, the paint job, everything is well crafted. Very good job on the articulation, on the joints. Very impressed with the mechanical joints that they gave him. He is a heavy figure, so I'm very happy. I was a little afraid that the joints were gonna be a little loose and he wasn't gonna be able to stand, but I am impressed with the way they've handled his articulation. So he's, as you guys can see, he can stand, and his arms don't kind of, you know, hang, you know, because I was afraid his arms looked so massive in photographs. I was afraid his arms weren't gonna stay like they do, but look at it, they stay. He holds his poses really well, so the weight is not an issue. He is heavy, but the articulation will hold, so you can you know, strike any pose you want. You can put them in any pose and display them on your shelf. You don't need to be worried about that. So again, very pleased with it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you would like to see more. And don't forget to stay tuned for the next unboxing video. See you guys next time.